You are listening to the Body Charge podcast, and I'm your host, Sandy Sanderson. Welcome to the Body Charge podcast. Today's topic is solve chronic constipation using plant foods. According to a recent study with over 10,000 subjects, almost 80% reported a frequency of constipation episodes between once every 2 to 3 months and every 2 to 3 weeks. Frequently reported associated symptoms included hard, dry stools, gas, flatulence, belching, irregular bowel movements, bloating and distension, indigestion, nausea and stomach upset, and belly cramps or pain. Research has also shown that chronic constipation is a risk factor for colorectal cancer. However, the chronic use of laxatives carries another set of risks, such as electrolyte imbalance, kidney problems, and urinary tract infections. My special guest today is Axay Shah, founder of Rawfoodiest, which focuses on gut health, detoxification, and better energy using raw food strategies. He's author of In Nature We Trust, a raw food manifesto for energy, healing, and longevity. So welcome aboard, Axay. Lovely to have you on the Body Charge podcast.
Thank you very much, Sandy, for inviting. It's an honor to be with you.
It's always good to have a broad cross-section of different experiences that people have, how to solve problems. We're all so different individually. And I myself have had in my past, ever since I was a teenager, or even younger than that, my mother told me that when I was 3, I didn't eat for 3 weeks. She said I couldn't eat, I couldn't shit for 3 weeks. And they were very worried because I was fading away to nothing. And they went to a Swiss doctor who prescribed a really old-fashioned traditional method where they took porridge that was cooked and just skimmed all the fiber off and made me have a few teaspoons of this porridge sludge, which actually healed the gut wall and helped me recover. So that was really interesting. Well, from then I've had a lot of vegetables and, salads, and that was a big part of my strategy to keep my system regular, because for some people, they're naturally inclined to have a more sluggish bowel. Sometimes it works genetically, like it can be in a family tree. So my mother was the same, her father was the same. It went back a long time that certain people need to do a little bit more to maintain good gut health. And so what interested me about what you do is you've also helped a lot of those people recover from things that they were doing in their diet, which led to this terrible affliction of constipation. So what, in your opinion, in the world we live in today, in our modern world, is mostly associated with the development of constipation, even in the general population, if you may not have had a genetic predisposition? We find this problem really escalating a lot today. What is the major contributor, do you think?
So nowadays, most of the people are eating a lot of processed and ultra processed food. And that is the contributor, it is causing the problem. And to solve this problem, our gut need dietary fiber. Without that fibers, it is not going to be balanced. It is not going to be that healthy gut. And for our microbiome, dietary fiber is the food for them. We, as a human, we cannot digest dietary fiber. It is not for us.
Insoluble. Yeah, it's insoluble.
Correct.
Yeah.
So now, but to make our gut healthy, we must keep our microbiome healthy and the big population. The only way you can achieve that by eating more fiber.
So if my understanding is correct, the fiber brings in and traps more water and minerals from the vegetables, the enzymes, the minerals, the vitamins come trapped. So it's like a nutrient-rich water that vegetables, that plants provide in, and it's captured as the fiber goes through. It brings the hydration with it to the bowel. So it's like a broom sweeping through the digestive system, isn't it?
Correct, correct. Yes, that exactly it is. And so it's cleansing also, and at the same time, microbiome is the one keeping everything in you know our total digestive system is depending upon them. So now, if the quantity of that good microbiome is less, you are going to suffer. And then the bad microbiome, they need processed food and ultra processed food and junk food, and demanding that the microbiome is the one makes this all this call. Now, this is what happens, once you start. I mean, anybody starts eating more fiber dense food is like giving our microbiome more food for them, so they thrive. And when they thrive, uh, our body thrive. Our whole digestive system is going to be much better. The energy system is going to be much better. Your brain is going to be much better. So everything is going to be now balanced once the digestive system is balanced. But if the constipation is, of course, is a huge problem. Is a leaky gut, the acidity and all those. We our gut designed to dispose it as quickly as possible. And if people keeps it for 2 3 days in there, it's not healthy.
So give us an example of typical junk foods, as you mentioned, highly processed foods that are the biggest contributors to constipation and also the bad gut. So they obviously, what we eat determines what kind of microbiome we have, right? The food
Absolutely.
actually sets the terrain of the gut. It's not a
Mhm.
question of, oh, I need better gut bacteria, give me some pills. That's not the way to do it, right? Give me
It
some
is.
probiotic pills.
So people are always looking for shortcut, and a shortcut, I see it as a band-aid. It works maybe little bit and for a while, and that's about it. It is not the permanent solution. So if anybody wants the real good health, they have to have a continuous intake of dietary fiber. Plant-based, is the one. There is no fiber in animal based food. So if once you start giving to your gut, that is the only solution. Now any other solution, probiotic, prebiotic, and this and that, everything is going to work, and only for a little while, and maybe sometime is not working at all. Actually is just mentally you feel that it's working, but it's not working.
Yes, yes. And the big contributing factor to the constipation issue in the gut is also the pH. So when things get too acidic, because the food starts to ferment and atrophy and things get more acidic, that breeds the bacteria that want to have us for lunch, want to eat us, that are not good for our health. The bacteria that we need to contribute to our immune system and our mental health and the lining of the gut to maintain good integrity of the lining to be protective and not leaky. A lot of those are associated with lactobacillus and bifidobacteria, and a lot of those come with vegetables and fermented products such as yogurt, sauerkraut. And traditionally, for thousands of years, people have had those foods integrated into their diet regularly. And so we've learned as a humanity, it doesn't really matter from what culture you come from. Some element of this fermentation exists everywhere for a good reason, right?
Right. And actually, we as a human, we can take the fermented food. Uh, Horse is so strong, and in their digestive system, they have fermentation inside the system. So when they eat grass and they let it ferment for a while, we don't have that system,
No,
and
and
that's how the all the amino acid, protein, it's going to be more absorbed in the system and make it in the right way use. And so, yeah, we have that. Well, we can do that by taking extra fermented food, and it will help definitely.
yep.
Yes.
And so that has an alkalizing effect, such as, the vegetables, and some fruit. Obviously, the people with a sugar problem should be very careful about overconsumption of fruit because of the fructose. But generally there are some very good vegetables that we can have that have a low risk of contributing to any metabolic issues. And they provide a lot of cleansing vitamins, minerals, fiber, and good hydration for
Hmm.
cleansing the bowel and alkalizing the system. Because when the system becomes more alkalized, we become more hydrated. The water in the gut has a charge, has a mineral charge, has more magnesium in it, and that provides the texture and the bacteria that grow in that better alkaline environment also form butyric acid. They create a lot of very beneficial amino acids and byproducts that support the gut lining, the immune system. Immune system is largely occupies the lining of the gut. So there's the gut-brain connection, there's the immune system. So if you don't pay attention to gut health and the bowel and regular detox and cleansing, then it can lead to a lot of disease down the track. And then you mentioned before leaky gut. That's an acidic problem because
Yeah.
proteins that line the gut, your mucosal lining, deteriorate. They get eaten up by the acids. That's what causes that hyperpermeable gut lining, which then allows toxins that should go out to be reabsorbed back into the interior of the body. And this often gives us the headaches that are associated with um, a toxic gut, because it's getting back into the system and it constricts the vessels. When we have that squeezing effect in the vascular system, it causes pain. And so when you clean that up, the pain goes away. So we've got to listen to our body and cater to it better, right? Clean it up.
That's the thing. People don't like to listen to their body, and they don't know even how to listen to their body. And the earlier when you asked me the question about the junk food or processed food or ultra processed food, I don't want to name anything because people are eating. But I see this. There is a five poison we are taking. If most of the people are taking in that the sugar,
Yep.
I mean refined sugar, refined salt, processed oil, dairy, and grains. This I consider as a five poison to for us that the toxicity in the body it goes up. When you said our alkaline, so our constitution of our body is your blood and my blood is 7.4 on pH level.
Yep.
Now, when we eat so much of toxicity and acidic food, we make this imbalance. We now spending so much energy to neutralize it, and acidic food is not good. And for that the reason, all raw food, plant-based raw food is alkaline. All processed food doesn't matter even if it is a plant based, but the minute anybody cooks it, it becomes acidic. So that's the thing, if you want to keep your gut health proper, better, smooth, in a clean, you want to you must take lots of plant-based whole food. That is the only way. That's the way you get all the nutrients, you get more water, you get more fiber, you are giving food to your microbiome. Now everything is balanced.
Yes, and you wouldn't then be so reliant on laxatives or, artificial aids. Um, that there are cases where, people have had an operation for one reason or another, they've lost feeling, the nervous system, they may have some kind of issue or, have a disability, which means that they can't feel anything. So there are certain cases where laxative use is warranted to get over a crisis. But on the longer term, the diet is more important than anything. On the kind of diet and what you eat makes a bigger difference more.
Right,
And
right.
so you want to avoid chronic reliance on the laxatives.
Yeah, yeah. And I know people that they are taking laxative every day after day, month after month, year after year. They are taking it. It's like, and I don't understand. And it's like people, if there is, as you mentioned, some surgery, some medical situation, sometimes they have to take it. It is okay, that's
Yep,
fine.
yep.
And under supervision or doctor recommendation is if you take it, it's fine. But you become addicted or habitual and you now need it. Without that, your day won't start even. So it's bad.
Well, that's
Then it
like the
is
muscles. That's like the muscles, if you don't use it, you lose it. So the muscles on the lining of the bowel become weaker because they're so used to just, there's no need for any peristalsis, right? It just all comes through as a liquid mush and it's out. But we need the peristalsis because those muscles connect with nerves in the vagus system. And there is a gut-brain connection. So there's a whole domino effect of when the peristalsis happens, the nerves are activated that sends messages to the brain, which activates other parts of the body, other systems. So we are all connected in one system. Whenever we interfere with something, it throws something else out, right? It's not
right.
holistic.
Yeah, yeah, and that is the reason is like everything what you said, vagus nerve and then the gut have brain connection is so important, and people are neglecting it. People are, I mean, they're eating food to please their palate or cultural some pressure or just ignorant about it, and maybe they're even they know, but they don't have courage to change it. They don't have courage to even try something which is beneficial. And this is not your science and my science. This is open science. This is anybody can check it out. That this is beneficial for every human being. Doesn't matter where you are. So it is like, yeah, if you are in Australia, I'm in California, but it's we as a human, our systems are same.
Yep,
So we need to clean our system
yep.
every day. Like you brush your teeth every day.
Like house
You take
cleaning.
shower every day. So why you don't want to clean inside every day? And
Yeah,
that also disgusting thing. You want to keep it for 2 3 days?
yeah. No, toxic. So traditionally, it doesn't matter what culture you come from, for thousands of years, doesn't matter what religion, there's some kind of fasting ritual or protocol periodically, every now and again. And fasting can be a water fast, or it can be a vegetable fast, or it can be a juice fast. But it's basically plant foods that bring the water, the minerals into the body, and that then triggers the body to detox, and it dumps stored toxins from cells into the bowel. And some people lose the peristalsis when they go through that fasting, and so they they get terrible headaches. This is a side effect, can be a big side effect of fasting. And so other practitioners have worked out that enemas can help clean the bowel in those circumstances, because you don't want to go through splitting headaches, and you can't go to work, and you're feeling very bad. So
Right.
we have to have protocols to overcome detoxification issues. What do you advise people to do in your
So,
protocol?
Sandy, I see this way. There is no one rule can apply to everybody. Your body is different than my body. Everybody is different. First of all, if you are doing fasting because somebody told you, don't do it. It is not good for your health. If you are fasting without any particular understanding, like eating is, you need to have meaning for eating. If I tell people, if you are eating without purpose, you are nothing but the poop making machine. I mean, same way, if you are fasting without any understanding, or it's, you are copying somebody for just, I don't know, maybe cultural reason, or maybe some, it makes you feel better. Okay, you tried something. But I see this way. Once you start listening to your body, once you understand everything, why I drink water, because you are thirsty. Now that thirsty is the sensors is telling you you are thirsty, drink water. But same thing for food. But we are neglecting it. We are not seeing that the when to eat food, when not to eat food, because it's in front of us. Okay, we want
Or
to
it's
eat it.
time. Yeah, people eat
Right.
sometimes just because it's time, but not because they're hungry.
Right. It is 1 o'clock. It's lunchtime, or is in a party time. So it is, everybody's eating. You eat. So that is not supposed to happen. Once you take the control over your intake, that okay, I'm going to eat only when I'm hungry, and I'm not going to eat when I'm not hungry. So let's say Wednesday, I do fasting. Even though I'm on raw food, I don't need it. But what I do on Wednesday, I'm not eating any fruits and vegetables. I'm only on nuts. So that's my kind of fasting. And I'm doing this for more than 20 years now. And it is fine. I mean, it's not, Wednesday is not that I cannot function. I go to work. I even run 5-10 mile, no problem. So it is not lack of energy, but it's I
You got used
tuned
to
my
it.
body.
Yeah,
Right.
you
I
got it.
understood it. I tuned my body accordingly. And now it is not damaging my body. So that is
Because
what
you've
people are.
introduced a routine, it knows there's a timing of when it should release and do the house cleaning. And that comes periodically. So it's about a lot is reliant on routine, isn't it? Because the body gets messages. Oh, there's too much food coming down the conveyor belt. I can't clean while there's food coming in. Now I have to digest. And
A
so then you
lot.
then you can cause a traffic jam and a pile up in the system. Yeah. We don't
Right.
want pile up. We don't want traffic jams.
But that's what everybody have it. Most of the people, and I'm not blaming anybody. It is because it's in the habit. From the birth, we become we are creatures of habit. We are living by habit. So everything what you learned in childhood, then school, and then adult life, that becomes the part of your life, and you have no guts to ask why this and why that. And once you start asking why, you get the proper answer, and then you can tweak it. You apply your rational mind that, hey, okay, this is how I don't want to make a traffic jam inside my body. I want very clean, smooth traffic. So, and that is giving the maximum power to your whole body, not only the physical body, but also your mental state of mind will be so good. Your emotional well-being is going to be so good. You are not going to be cranky. You don't have headache. Yeah, you
Yeah.
become such a normal. with your family, friends, business, outside, everything. Oh, always in good shape. Yeah.
Because we're electrical beings, aren't we? So it's a bit like the electrical wiring. If it gets tied in knots, you're not going to have an efficient flow of the electricity to power the different organs, to power your system. It's going to get stuck. And when you lighten that load and everything flows smoothly and the waste is removed when it should be removed, and you have a rhythm in the body, then the electrical system works better. The power surges to supply the brain. You don't get brain
Right.
fog. Your heart works better. The immune system works better. And so because of the gut brain connection, when your bowel is happy and the
Exactly.
microbiome in there is happy, your brain is
Right.
happy because you're tapping into that environment and you're feeling like everything works and flows the way it should. You have energy.
Yeah, yeah. Our brain consumes 20 to 25% of the calorie what we are energy we are taking it, and this whole book is about energy. So I mean, it's of course healing and the longevity is there, but I use the term life is energy, energy is life, and that is something which is it's not my invention. This is said many years before, many thousand years before, but now I use this so many times now, it's like even on my blog and my website. So even if you somebody Google it today, life is energy, energy is life, Google is attributing to me, and it says, "Oh, okay, so I understand now, and I that exactly my goal is for this book, how to produce better energy for whole body, not
Without
only for
without traffic jams.
without traffic jam, without any toxicity, without any side effect, and it very inexpensive. So now is you are spending less money for the energy. On the other side, you are not wasting your hard-earned money on pharmaceutical pills and the doctors and doctor visit and all those stuff. I'm 66 and I'm seeing doctor, but I'm not taking any pills. So that gives me, is upper age, and I can work. I can work like
Yeah.
somebody is in 40s.
I know how you feel. I'm 67, but I had 17 years ago a major health crisis in menopause. My magnesium levels crashed very low. It's because
Mm,
stress uses a lot of magnesium. It causes the body to excrete it
mm-hmm,
fast. And we can't get enough back from the food supply. And I was eating a fresh, healthy, raw organic food diet, taking extra vitamins and minerals from the health food store, and yet I still couldn't get over the line because the effect of less sleep was so overpowering in the amount of stress that it negated all the good things I was doing. So that's
right.
what led me into what I'm doing now is supplying electromagnesium to people. So that's transdermal magnesium. You can rub it on as a moisturizer, lotion, spray on, and it's all natural. It's absorbed by the organ of the skin
Mm,
in a regulated way so that the body takes what it needs when it needs in its
right.
own time. And it's not limited by digestive problems because some
Mm,
people, they may not produce enough stomach acid, they may have digestive issues because of a low
mm-hmm,
thyroid. So there are other complications that can interfere with the digestive system. But this is a
mm,
way to override that by using the skin, and there's nothing to digest, and it's working really well for people. That gets them over the line, and then they start to move into, well, what else can I do to support my body? How can I have a diet that gives me better nutrition and, very importantly, good housekeeping for the gut, which is extremely important. So thank you
yes.
so much for this lovely conversation. If you'd just like to let people know where they can find your information, the book you've written, to do some more investigation into housekeeping,
Yes,
body
so
housekeeping.
my website name is Rawfoodiest, RAWFOODIEST.com. There is extra E there for education. So if you once you anybody can go there, there is a lot of videos, lot of blogs and all the information, and of course there is going to be information for the book. Book is coming out next month, very soon, maybe within 2-3 weeks it will be out. So still is the final touch up work is going
Yep.
on.
Have you got
So
some good
yes,
recipes in there?
no recipe.
Oh, oh, well,
My philosophy is I would like to give you fishing rod, not the fish.
okay.
So I will make you understanding about the food,
The basics.
not the recipe. Recipe, lots of other people are doing it. So I will leave it up to them. But the problem is, if I give no matter what kind of recipe, is never going to work because what is available right now in California is not going to available maybe in Australia, and seasons are
Yep.
different and areas are different. So rather going just blindly on the recipe, try to understand what you need, and once you understand the nutrition value of the every food,
You could
whether
create
it's
your own.
this. Right, on your own, and do research. Nowadays, Dr. Google can help you. AI
That's
can
true.
help you.
Yeah.
So just find out. And once if you don't do that, you are not into it. Just any ready food anybody gives you and you eat, that's not going to give you the pleasure. But once you put some effort to understand,
Yep.
and now you are eating that, it is going to give you pleasure and also benefit you more than anything else.
Yeah. It comes down to a strategy that we need to learn.
Right,
Well,
right.
thank you
So
so much. Lovely to chat with you, Axay.
thank you, Sandy. And yeah, once you get the book, we can do it again.
Bye-bye. I hope you liked this conversation and will share it with others. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. If you want to listen to other Body Charge conversations, click like, subscribe, the bell icon, and click all notifications. Subscribe to our newsletter to get updates on blogs, podcasts, videos, and magnesium special offers at electromagnesium.com.au. Relax, recharge, and recover.